Oh, no. No, once we'd got past all the teething problems, you can't beat it. I mean, I can work from home via the net. And now we've built the pool and found a company back in England that's prepared to ship out beef-eater gin, Pauline's happy as a clam. And it's so quiet and peaceful and unspoilt. And the locals, once they've got to know you, they couldn't be more friendly. Or take the Barringtons, Terry and Molly. He was something high-powered in phosphates, and she ran a thriving online boutique. But then they got sick of it and thought, wouldn't it be nice to get away from the pressures of the big city and discover the simple life? She could carry on with her business, but sell locally sourced artisan craft works, while he'd always fancied having a crack at writing that novel. And then they heard about the hidden realms from the Hendersons, who just sold their poky little flat in Ealing and bought what was effectively a castle, with a sodding great deer park, and a lake, and his own windmill, and still had enough left to pave over the rose garden for extra parking. Getting to the realms was a bit weird, but incredibly quick and easy, and almost as soon as they arrived they saw the place of their dreams and knew they just had to have it. Terry Barrington craned his neck until he could feel something go click. But still he couldn't see the top of the tower. He took 3 steps back, but it didn't help. The black stone seemed to swallow up the light. It wasn't so much a colour as an absence, a rip in the fabric of reality. And when Molly Barrington touched the wall, it was so cold it tore skin off her fingertips, as though it was covered in superglue. "Who did you say used to live here?" Terry asked. The guide smiled. "Well," he said, "according to local folklore, a great wizard once dwelt in Caras Norgond." "A wizard?" Molly squeaked. "That's wonderful. I can almost feel the aura. Can you feel it, Terry?" "When was the last time this lot was rendered?" her husband asked. "Recently," the guide said smoothly. "They used a local process, very reputable contractors, and it comes with a 25,000-year guarantee." He didn't add that the re-rendering had been necessary to cover up the scuff marks left by the war engines of the kings of men during the Great Siege, when for 6 weeks 1,000 trebuchets had pounded the tower day and night. Because of the spells of Gorman the Blue, they had succeeded in causing only minor cosmetic damage, but an off-comer might be sceptical about that and demand a full structural survey, which would confirm the futility of the assault, but which might well turn up other issues which a purchaser might find off-putting. A quick dab over with coal tar and a freezing spell, however, covered a multitude of sins. Terry took a further step back and felt something snap under his heel. He stooped down and picked it up. "What's this?" "Looks like a bit of dowel." "Arrow shaft," the guide said. "Stuff like that's always turning up. This site is particularly rich in historical artifacts and antiquities." "Is that a fact?" "Absolutely. The locals can't dig their vegetable patches without coming across a dozen arrowheads or a bit of rusty armor." "You can make good money selling historical artifacts on eBay." Terry casually dropped the fragment in his pocket and took a few steps towards the tower. Something was missing. It took him a moment to figure out what it was. "Where's the door?" he asked. "Ah!" The guide beamed at him. "I was going to tell you about that."